Hi guys, it's Grace with Grace Gets Gastric. Today is Sunday, December 2nd, and I am here today with my month 11 post-op VSG update. So to start off with stats, again, my name is Grace. I am 5'8", 28 years old, and on January 2nd, 2018, I had the vertical sleeve gastrectomy or VSG weight loss surgery. My highest weight ever recorded was 354 pounds in May of 2017. I was required by my insurance to do a 6-month medically supervised weight loss diet, and over the course of that 6 months, I lost 35 pounds, so my starting weight day of surgery was 319 pounds. Last month, I weighed in at 209.7 pounds, and this morning I weighed in at 201.8. So that is a monthly loss of 7.9 pounds, a loss since surgery of 117.2 pounds, and a loss since my highest weight of 152.2 pounds. First off, sorry, I look like a crazy person today. I just could not make anything go right. I'm like wearing no makeup. Yeah, I'm wearing this like giant scarf that kind of like, I almost don't like it because I can't see my neck, and so I feel like I just look fat again. And it's like makes my shoulders look big, but I'm cold, so y'all are gonna have to get this. Anyways, 7.9 pounds. I'm actually really pleased with that. You might remember if you watched last month's video, I was up a little bit from what I weighed in on the first of the month, what I weighed on the second, because I ate a lot of cookies. And so it was maybe like a little bit of a false high, but also what I weighed in on the first was like much lower than I had seen before, so that also could have just been a false low. Anyways, I lost the weight regardless, 7.9 pounds. I'm at 201.8. So one, that means I hit my next milestone. So my next milestone was to be at 202.75, which is 75% of my excess body weight lost from, oh, sorry, I've got a hair. I don't know where it is. Anyways, 75% of my excess body weight lost from my starting weight, so 319, with, you know, an end goal weight of 164, which is the highest weight for my BMI in the normal range, which is really cool. I'm very close to my even next milestone, which is 199.9. I think, as you know, if you watch my videos, I do give myself little rewards for hitting certain milestones. So I think that this one is going to be a massage. Honestly, I've been meaning to do that for a long time, since August, after I got my massage on the cruise I went on. But I just keep putting it off, and it's like, you know, it's a little bit more expensive, so I think this is like a good incentive and reason to actually do it. I've been debating about what I want to do with 199, because that's a pretty big goal, and it's essentially my surgeon's goal, the goal I told my surgeon. And I'm thinking maybe for that one I'll maybe splurge and get like an actual camera instead of just recording on my phone. But I have to look into that a little bit more and decide if I really want to splurge on it. I think I'd get use out of it, and it is something I want to look into, but I've been saving my money for both travel and plastics, which, like, I'm on track right now with how much I'm putting away in my savings accounts, to have, I think, what I'm going to need for plastics by October, assuming I do, like, Mexico. But anyways, it's a whole other story. Shit, I had something I really wanted to talk about. I guess we can talk about, one thing I want to mention is, I don't have any measurements for you guys this month. I did do measurements, but my sister is out of the country, rude, and so she wasn't here to take my measurements, so I had my roommate do it, and it's a different person doing it. I was a little bit more clothed than I maybe normally am, which, you know, wouldn't have added a ton, but I think just measuring in a slightly different place and a slightly different, like, tightness, basically all of the measurements were higher than last month's, and I know that's not true. So I'm just scrapping the measurements for this month, especially I lost 8 pounds in this month. So, I definitely, and I can tell my clothes are fitting differently. Those size 14 pants that I bought, in my clothing haul, are already loose on me. Like I bought a new pair of Spanx, which are like, they're not Spanx, it's the Lane Bryant brand of shapewear, and it's the kind that has like, it's like a bodysuit kind, but then it has straps that go beneath your bra, so it just stays up better. But holy cow, it sucks you in. And I wore that and like my pants were almost falling down, the 14s. So anyways, I know my body's changing. But the other thing I want to talk about, I've been talking about this in therapy, is just like wanting it, I guess. And motivation and that fire and drive. And I've been mentioning, I've been upfront about struggling a bit with, particularly with nutrition. But even like my workouts, I consider my Tuesday, Thursday workouts non-negotiable, with very rare exceptions. So I go to those every week. My weekend workouts are negotiable, and they were negotiated away in November. I just wasn't feeling it, and that's okay sometimes. I do have my non-negotiable workouts. I'm going twice a week. I feel better when I'm, I about myself, and, it's good to go, on the weekends. I'm not like killing myself for not going, but, it's, the motivation hasn't been there as much for the weekend workouts, and my nutrition has been not as good as it could be. It's not bad is the thing. It's just not on plan. Every day it feels like I'm going a little bit off plan. And it's fine to go a little bit off plan sometimes, but when it's every day, you've got a new plan now. It's a different plan. And it's hard for me in the moment. Like I know, and like a cookie is not going to derail me, but if I have a cookie every single day, like that could. So that's the problem, is like, it's hard to make myself care sometimes in the moment, because I know that this one instance isn't what's going to kill me. And I purposely don't think about the fact that like, it's not this one instance, it's building a habit. So I've been struggling a bit more. I mean, it's also the time of year. I'm farther out, but there's just food all over the place, and particularly at work. Work is the hardest. My weekends are totally fine. I'm actually super on track. Yesterday I had like 900 calories, which is unusual for me nowadays. I wasn't even hungry. But weekdays when I'm surrounded by food, it's just really hard for me to resist. And we've just been talking about keeping that drive. So I've mentioned before, I'm pretty happy at this weight. I think that if it weren't for the loose skin, if I looked like I was only ever, like this was my highest weight, if I looked like a person who just got to 200 pounds, my height, I think that I would be very happy with the way that my body looks. I'm very happy with how it looks in clothing. Outside of clothing, it's a bigger mindfuck than I thought it would be. I thought I would be a little bit more like blasé about the loose skin, but like my stomach, I mean, I don't look like my clothing size would indicate, and it bothers me. And I want to get down further, and a lot of why I want to get down further is because the lower weight you are, the lower your BMI, the safer plastics are. I still do have a decent amount of like fat in my pannus and my lower stomach, my upper stomach, all my stomachs. And so losing more weight there will make plastics safer to get, and also just give me better results. So that's really like my primary motivation for losing more weight is aesthetics, really, right? So that's the problem. I got this surgery for non-aesthetic reasons. I mean, I would be lying if I said that was not a factor, but it was one of the lower factors. And if that had been the only one, I don't think I would have gotten the surgery. But the biggest reason was I wanted to get rid of my diabetes diagnosis. I wanted to reverse that. I wanted to be able to do the kinds of things that I always wanted to do. I wanted to be more active. I wanted to be able to go into a store, any old store, and be able to find clothing that fits me. I wanted to be able to travel more easily. I wanted to be able to, you know, go to Machu Picchu and hike up all those stairs. You know, I wanted to just be more fit and active, be more comfortable in my everyday life, be able to kind of just do the things that normal people take for granted. And I can. All of that stuff is stuff I can do. Granted, things will be, you know, things will of course be a little bit easier even the more I lose weight. You know, I just ran a 5K. Like, that's awesome. Running will be much easier with, you know, 10, 20, 30 more pounds off of me. You know, every bit you lose will, you know, ease up on that. So, I mean, yeah, there are obviously additional benefits that I can gain from losing more weight. But at this point, any more weight I want to lose is mostly for aesthetics. Both because, like, I will be more conventionally, I don't know, I might be happier. I don't know if I really will be. But, like, you know, I'll be smaller and it'll give me more wiggle room, regain room, I guess. And it will more easily facilitate my ability to get plastic surgery, which will hopefully, which I want and I think will be very beneficial for just my mental space. But for me, aesthetics is not a very strong motivator. And I know, like, Voodoo Queen, and I've talked about her and this before, that she's talked about how, you know, you get to a point where you have to decide what you want to sacrifice to keep going. You know, you'll hit a wall with your goal and you need to sacrifice a little bit more if you want to get all the way there, and you have to make that decision. Okay, for me, you know, is losing this extra 30 pounds a little bit faster, or, you know, maybe at all, worth my continuing to be super strict and, you know, continuing to turn down the occasional cookie that I want. I don't know, it's just stuff that I've been thinking about because, and I think that's part of why I'm struggling a little bit more with nutrition, because my mind is fatigued from all of the tracking, like not even the tracking, it's just the calorie counting. I've mentioned this in previous videos. This is the first time since surgery, you know, and I've been doing it now for 11 straight months, but it's the first time in my life that I have dieted to a calorie specific target. I have had restrictive diets before, but they were food restricted, like don't eat carbs, but it wasn't like, and also stay below 1,000 calories, you know, or 2,000 calories. It was like, don't eat carbs, but then you can eat as much of anything else as you want. So my mind is very fatigued from doing this. I don't love it. And I know, you know, I'm still losing weight, so that's the thing. Like, I am still on a downward trajectory, but I think it's going to be slower from now on. You know, I've got another, theoretically, 35 pounds to lose to get to that normal BMI. And I have to decide if I can and if I want to make the sacrifice of sticking to that 1,000 calories until I get there. Or if I want to be a little bit more lenient and start, like, kind of living a little bit more of the life I want to be living food-wise now, and just be okay with where I'm at, or that the losses are going to be a little bit slower. I mean, like, right now I'm still sticking to that 1,000. I'm not even a year out, guys. I know. I feel that's the thing too. I'm like, I'm only 1 year out and I'm already having these feelings. So I'm so freaked out about how I'm going to handle maintenance, but it's fine. It's fine. Anyway, I'm basically just like a constant ball of nervousness and fear and worry about the future of pretty much everything, but specifically with my weight loss. And my therapist is like, you can't control the future. You don't know the future. You can only have today. And I'm like, and yet I will still be constantly imagining and thinking about all of the things that can go wrong in the future. But yeah, that's kind of like the big thing that I've been mulling over. But wow, I talked about that for a long time. So let's get a move on. Just a quick goal recap for November. I wanted to run my 5K in under 45 minutes. I did that. I ran it. I did it in 35:47, so almost 10 full minutes less than I had budgeted, so that's awesome. My goal was to continue going to the gym 2 times a week. Did that. Do yoga and body pump as well on the weekends. Did not do that at all. Yoga has basically fallen by the wayside. I don't think I did body pump. Maybe I did body pump once in November. I actually did it for the first time in a long time yesterday and can barely move today. So, which just tells me how long it's been since I've done it, because when I'm doing it more regularly, I don't feel this sore afterwards. And then my other goal was to get 8K steps. Didn't get that. I average of 7.4 for the month, which I kind of knew was going to happen because I had quite a few lower step months, but 7.4 is close. So for December goals, again, continue with my gym twice a week. As I said before, that's pretty much a non-negotiable. It's very rare that I don't go those twice a week, but I want to continue to have that a goal because then I get to check something off, and your girl loves checking off things. I would like to start doing body pump and or yoga again. Basically, I need to go to 2 classes a month to make my additional costs, because I pay like $10 extra to have access to all the classes, to make that worth it. So I need to go to a minimum of 2 classes this month. I've already gone to 1. So I'd like to go to more than just 2, but I do want to start making it a point of saying I have to go to 2. That's non-negotiable as well. I'd also love to try a new class, so I'm gonna look at their December schedule and see if there's one that works with my busy life, because I like just trying new classes and seeing what I think. Also, again, would like to try to get 8K steps. That's gonna be hard December. It's cold out, and I'm just busy with friends and family and all these things, but I'm going to try. And I've started, if you aren't following me on Instagram, what are you waiting for? I'll link it above and below. But yesterday I started posting my my daily intake, basically. I was doing that for a bit in November and then just stopped. And I realized part of why I stopped is because I wasn't eating well and didn't want to track it, or at least not publicly own it, which is shitty. And part of why I want to publicly track it is because it doesn't make me a little bit more accountable. So I'm going to publicly track it again. My goal is to do that. I'm going to say until like Christmas. Realistically, I don't know if I can do it for 31 days. It is a lot. You have to like remember to take pictures of all your food, and then you have to put them together, and then it's a whole thing. It's fine. But I'm going to at least try to do it most of the days in December is my goal. I honestly don't think that I'll go off track on Christmas. It's just me and my sister, and I think we're going to I think she's having me make her steak. So I'll probably literally just eat steak. Yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. So then let's go ahead and get into photos. So on the left, you will see me the night before surgery. In the middle, you'll see me last month, month 10. And on the right, you'll see me month 11. So that was this month. And this is another reason why I think the measurements are BS, because you can tell that I look smaller. I think I do look smaller. In my photos, even from last month to this month. Part of that could be you might notice that I'm wearing different pants than I normally am. I finally kind of gave up the ghost with the pants that I had been wearing. Those are ones that I've been wearing since before surgery, and I put them on this month, and it was just, they were so baggy that it made me look bigger than I am, because it was just like pooching and stuff. And so I changed them for tighter pants, but they do kind of suck me in a little bit, so that might be part of it as well. Still wearing the same shirt, though. I think we're getting close. Maybe after my 1 year, I'll change to a different shirt. But yeah, there I am here it is. I honestly, it's very surreal to me to realize that, I've basically, not basically, 100%, one more month until my 1 year. I can't, the year just went by so fast. And I just remember thinking about me pre-op and thinking how long the 6 months felt that I had to do the supervised diet, and I was just ready to get it done, and then to think like I got it done, like it happened, and now it's been a year almost. Yeah, it's crazy, man. Crazy. Tried to say man and you guys, and said you man. So that's where I'm at this morning. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope you enjoyed this weird random video with this giant scarf. This scarf is really quite large, like I was. And I hope that y'all are having a great December, and I will be back with you on Tuesday with a weekly update. Bye, guys.